Good morning, one. Good morning, all, and welcome to another Wednesday morning with the religious news team, Power News All. And again, we are here with another interesting topic, people. I want to welcome everyone who has joined us on the radio. Thus far, I pray that you tune in with us until the entire journey because we have another important and interesting topic that is befalling us right now, Becky, that will decide our future as we go along. Whether we join with this
Certainly.
system or whether we join with it not.
Yeah.
So as we go into it, we hope that you will tag along with us for the entire journey, people, and that as you listen, your hearts and your minds will be transformed by these truths that we're presenting, and that you will see them out for yourself as well. See them out and let them bring conviction and conversion to your life as well. So, with all of that said, as you can see, we're gonna touch some more on climate change. We've touched that before at times
Yes.
here already,
Yes.
but it is such an important topic, people, where we have to touch it again and
Mm.
probably again and again because we realize this is one of the motives and this is one of the means, Becky,
Yeah.
along with the digital system that we see that will
Mm-hmm.
bring about an end time that we're looking at shortly from now. Right. So, without further ado, let us have a word of prayer. Heavenly Father and our God, compassionate Savior and friend, indeed it is a privilege in which we can come before you again, before your people, to demonstrate unto them your truth that you have revealed unto us and to give them the light that you have given unto us. For them, I pray now that as they receive, as they listen, as they watch, their hearts may be in tune and their minds will be transformed by your will and your way. Have them also way now, as they disseminate this information, may not us be seen, but you will be seen through us, and that your words will go forth as a light unto their lives. These are the mercy I ask for Christ's sake. Amen.
Amen.
Yes, Becky. So, where for the people in for the climate thing?
Right. I have a special good morning to everyone
Yeah.
tuned in. Morning, Sonica.
Good morning, Seneca.
And I know there were others. I received a call from someone close to me
Yes.
who asked, "Hey, program has started."
Oh,
Uh,
I know. I was gonna say Seneca is gonna catch all the worms, but see, that is somebody called me for.
yeah, so two persons are benefiting from the worms.
Yes.
Um, yeah, but it's we're living in serious times,
Oh yes.
things that were prophesied um, way back then.
Yes. Coming to pass now.
Writers of the Bible have many things to say about what we're experiencing today.
Yes.
Maybe they weren't in a position to visualize it,
Yes.
you know, but we are now living it.
Yes.
I don't know if it's something to say, boy, we have a great opportunity to be experiencing it
Yes.
because many do fear these times,
Oh
wish
yes.
wish they were resting in the grave. But we are inside, we are within it.
Yes.
We are at a place where it's hard to escape.
I know as I
Yeah.
mentioned that Becky, I remember reading something where it says that when the judgments befall the land,
Yeah.
you see, many persons are gonna say, yes, you knew it was gonna come, but we didn't know it would come so soon.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
pray and hope to God that you are not labeled, that I'm not labeled in that set, people, because based on the information that we're presenting, it shows
Hmm.
that the judgments are right around the corner. So don't take it as for granted and become comfortable
Yeah.
saying that it is not for now, it is for another area or this or that. And then God comes on as a thief in the night and you are caught in the trap.
The sad part of that may be
Mhm.
for those who are looking forward to it, but
Yes.
expecting it way down the road. They are gonna say, do a little forensic. Why then are these things happening now? Is it
Yes.
that a set of persons,
Yes.
poke the bear before the time,
Mm.
and then there may be hatred for such set of persons.
Yes. Yes.
Let us see if that is what Second Timothy 3 verse 1, yeah, and down. We'll be looking and listen at that to see if there will be such persons and what they will say, whenever these things start happening.
Oh.
All right, Second Timothy 3 verse 1 to 5 we could look at, and then further on down. It says that this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Yes.
Are we in the first days, middle days, or the last
The
days?
last days, oh man.
Because we have been told that we don't have much time left. Well, the
Mm.
earth in this sinful state, well, the earth doesn't have many years left,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
prior to the return of
Yes.
Christ.
It was given an expiry date.
Right, right. And we looked at that and we're looking at 2031. So we have about 5+ years.
Mm.
hmm So these are the last days. It says, perilous time shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves. Now, if we see these things happening, we it should be confirmation to us
Yes.
that
Yes.
we really are living in the last days. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous,
Boasters.
boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents. Whatever the reason is why they are disobedient to parents, they are disobedient to
Yes.
parents.
Especially now more than ever.
Yes, whether it's the parents' fault or whatever, it says disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection. So the love is non-existent.
Yes.
You know, truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good.
Good.
So
Traitors.
yeah, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God. And verse 5 says, having a form of godliness, but
Wow.
denying the power thereof. Now, all this set of persons, you should turn away
Mm-hmm.
from such people. But
Yes.
verse 5 says, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. Now, of all the other things that were mentioned, are character traits that were mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
you're expecting these from persons who are not of God,
Yes.
but of the world. But then verse 5 says, having a form of godliness. Now, these are persons who would consider themselves being of God,
Mm.
but they just have a form of godliness, you know, but they are denying the power thereof. They are more false witnesses than anybody else. So it also encapsulates, or it also includes persons who go to church,
Mm-hmm.
who
Yes.
profess
Christianity.
from Christianity. But it says, from such you should turn away. Verse 10 of 2 Timothy 3, it says, but thou hast fully known my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, faith, long suffering, charity, patience. Now, this is Paul speaking, right?
Mm.
This chapter written by Paul. 2 Timothy, first and second, was written by
Yes, by
Paul.
power, right.
Now, he's the one saying here that, but thou hast fully known my doctrine. You know what that's about? But yeah, some people
Yeah.
love to speak about the
Yeah.
word but. So he mentioned those persons, including those who profess to be Christians. He says, you have fully known my doctrine.
Mm.
It means whatever his doctrine is in total contrast to those
Right.
who are
Right.
who have a form of godliness but denying the power thereof.
Yes.
Right? So you have fully known his doctrine, his manner of life, his purpose, his faith, his long suffering, his charity, his patience. And it goes further, we're going to verse 12. It says, persecution, affliction, which came unto me at Antioch, at Iconium, at Lystra, what persecutions I endured, but out of them all the Lord delivered me.
Mm.
Yea, and all that will live godly in Christ Jesus shall suffer persecution. He just mentioned that he is different based on the doctrine,
Mm-hmm.
different from those mentioned in verse 5 who have a form of godliness but are denying the power thereof. And he says that persons who follow Christ, who have the doctrine of Jesus Christ and the manner of life and the purpose and the faith, they are going to suffer persecution as Paul suffered, as
Yes.
Jesus suffered. They must suffer persecution.
But we just want to look at verse 13.
Yes.
You know, take over verse 13.
No, we have to use verse 13.
Verse 13 says, "What evil men and seducers shall
Mhm.
wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived."
deceived.
So now
Yeah.
there's a contrast put between the good and the bad.
Yes.
What will be the end of one and what will be the end of the other?
Mhm.
So what I'm getting at here
Yeah.
here is the fact that even though in verse 10, no, verse 10, yes, verse 10,
Yeah.
they have fully known his doctrine. So even though a doctrine will be fully known and preached towards persons, you still have evil men and seducers who will wax worse and worse. So no matter what you try,
Mhm.
the gospel just can't reach them. Can't reach them. So that simply means that they would have set in themselves
Yeah.
which side they going to choose already.
Yeah.
And they're settled into the truth of Satan and they're sealed for Satan right there. So the Bible says worse and worse. It's showing that at the end of time,
Mhm.
this is what we're to expect. And in our time now, we have never seen such a worst case as was at the time that God had to send the flood in the antediluvian.
So true. So
yes,
true.
we're right at that point we are right now.
So it is their manner of doctrine
Yes.
and their manner of life. Their
Yes.
doctrine, their manner of life,
Of life.
their purpose.
Yes.
You know, the evil,
Mm.
the evil that keeps waxing worse and worse. Because Paul's manner of life is to speak, is to profess Christ
Yes.
more and more and more.
Yes.
You know, and that served that purpose. It drew many persons to know God,
Yes.
to follow God. But then these persons kind of doctrine now that is growing worse and worse.
Mm.
What it's doing is to deceive people.
Yes.
Not only people,
So-
but also themselves.
That's the point that's gonna go on. You're deceiving and you're being deceived.
Mm.
Oh, that work. You're
Yeah.
deceiving people and you're deceived at the same time.
You keep doing this thing until it
Mm.
you believe that it is true.
Yes.
You know?
Or rather, Becky, is that the reason why you can deceive persons because you yourself are deceived?
That
That's it,
also.
you know. And
So it's not a state to be in. Trust me.
yes, and I want you to follow with us enough. We're setting the stage right here because we're looking at the climate change, and there's a lot to do with deception that we're
Yeah,
talking about right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
You know, because this is one great hullabaloo, as in God, one great deception that we're living in right now, and the world has taken it by storm.
So
As you
true.
can obviously, the world has taken up this deception by storm.
Mhm.
They are deceived, and now they're deceiving many. That's the point that what I'm trying to
That
get
is
at
it.
for you
That
to
is it.
understand.
So looking at verse 13,
Yes.
you can understand some of the things that are happening today.
Yes.
There is an article I was looking at.
Mhm.
It speaks to Creation Week.
Yes.
Not Creation Week, the season of creation. And there was this person who was, putting a case together as as to the need for prayer
Yes.
as we approach the season of creation.
Season of creation.
The season of creation is celebrated every year. I think it's from the 1st of September.
Oh yeah, sir.
Yeah, man. So the 1st of September. You mentioned something earlier. Some persons walking.
Mm.
And I've heard of
Oh.
other persons who are having 40 days of prayer.
Mm.
Fasting and prayer.
Yes, yes.
Well, those things cause me to think away, because the persons who you said are walking,
Mhm.
I'm just afraid they might do something that causes the media to look at them
Oh.
a particular way,
Yes,
and then
yes.
it shed a light on other
Mhm.
persons
Yes, yes. So true.
whose doctrine is different from everyone else's, and then I don't know what may come out of a 40 days of prayer and fasting. I just hope that another spirit doesn't intervene.
Yeah.
I just classify fasting as a fasting and prayer, but I'm not saying it's impossible.
Yes.
But then people, I don't know what may develop from that, what may become of that, if it will draw attention to a group of persons
Mhm.
who keep the commandments of God and of the faith of Jesus. Bringing on certain attention
Yes,
before
yes,
the time.
yeah.
I'm not sure. Morning, Norma. But here is Vatican news. This publication came out on the 19th of August, and I think that was yesterday. It says the bishop warns of creation in crisis amid climate disasters.
Mm.
And it says church leaders have voiced alarm about the state of the earth ahead of the annual season of creation. You know, church leaders involve a number of church leaders.
Yeah, man. Holy for church leaders.
Yes, leaders of all the churches. They have voiced their alarm about the state of the earth ahead of the annual season of creation, which begins, you know, the 1st of September. And they are calling for a month of prayer for creation. Now, the aim is to heal what is really messed up. This messed up earth, their aim is to heal it. So this is this case that he puts together. He says in Spain and Portugal, and whenever I hear of Spain and Portugal, I start all kind of goosebumps start developing. Because these are the persons who the Pope way back then in the 1400 says, listen, you need to go to Africa and go to all the lands throughout the world. Spain and Portugal and anybody else not professing what we preach.
Colonize them.
You colonize them.
Yeah.
And you remember what happened.
Yes.
And then I was born as a result of that. I wasn't born in Africa, I was born in Jamaica.
Yes.
But I realized that people looking at me, you know.
All over the place.
Yes. So here in Spain and Portugal, record wildfires have burned more than 560,000 hectares. Hectare bigger than acre.
Yeah, man. Hectare way bigger than acres. So 1,000 acres be a hectare.
Is that a lot of something?
It's a whole of land.
So 560,000 hectares. Wildfires, you know, record wildfires in Spain and Portugal. At least 6 people have died. Thousands were forced to flee. And even the historic Camino de Santiago pilgrimage route was disrupted. So persons were trying to escape, but you know, even that was a problem. Escaping was a problem. Nearly 2,000 Spanish troops were deployed in one of the largest emergency responses in years. So everything is just record. In the Italian Alps, the Ventina glacier has melted so dramatically that scientists can now only monitor it with drones. You know, they normally go to these sites.
Yes.
Can't go anymore.
But you know, that's the big talk now at the time, Becky.
Yeah.
Not just now, but previous years. From this climate thing came
Morning
out.
Terry, yes.
Yes, morning Terry. From this climate thing came out, that was a big talk, you know, that the glaciers.
Yes.
The glaciers are melting.
And
when they're melting now, that is significantly bad. Because now we're looking at rising sea levels, we're looking at more disasters, tsunamis, and some other things can happen from this. So because of that, now we need, well, they say, we need to mitigate the effects of climate change. And now say come back with the same glacier story, so the glaciers are melting again.
It is melting at such a fast pace that you cannot go on the sea. You have to use drones.
Wow.
To look at what is happening.
Wow.
It's melting very fast. So imagine now when you have tsunamis, if they are melting and causing the sea levels to rise, whenever you have tsunami, whenever they create the tsunamis,
yes,
this more destruction.
Oh yes,
they have a greater volume of water to push to land, you know.
But that is the whole aim of what we're saying to people. We wanted to understand that the destruction is what they need.
Yeah.
Because without the destruction, you cannot call for certain solutions from the majority of the people. So when the destruction is put in place now, then you have the liability to opt for any circumstances that will help, you know, or whatever they put in place to set them up a help. So when you cause certain destructions now, you as an individual, or wherever it happens, you clamor for peace, you clamor for stability or whatever. And they say, okay, we can give you the solution now and the destruction will stop. Then you wonder, the solution when they give you, how does start the destruction? Because the solution that they say we need is slow Sunday, you know. We can pop up that too. As a matter of fact, I can show you. Going further down, that is the solution for global warming. Slow Sunday.
So whatever it is they suggest.
Yes, just go with it.
We'll go with it.
But then they ask yourself the question, Becky, how is it
Mhm.
I can be slow? Just stay home on Sunday and how that help the disasters in the world? How it help? How it stop it?
Fix all the problem.
Yeah, how it fix all the problem? You understand? When you look deep into it, people, you understand? You will realize the hoax behind this thing, the deception. I've already in First Timothy, they're deceiving and being deceived. So they're
Certainly,
being deceived and
certainly.
now deceiving us. So
Mhm.
you now need to wake up and understand what is happening in our world right now.
If you don't realize that you're being deceived,
Mhm.
you're being deceived.
Yes, 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 so true. If you don't realize you're being deceived, it's simple as that.
You're being deceived. So the glaciers are melting.
Yes.
So one, there are wildfires, all over the world. All over the world,
All over, man. Yes, man. And I'm
So
glad they
it's not
mentioned that in
just
a
Spain
Vicky.
and Portugal.
Because remember last week, we're speaking on the Canada thing last week.
Canadian
I was talking
wildfires,
about the fire
yes.
scene when they're pushing
Mhm.
it to the climate
Mhm.
because of the instability of the climate
Yes,
and the
man.
conditions, having these fires and
Mhm.
this and that, they call it heat, and then you have the consistent rainfall. So, all of these now are a result of climate change,
Yes,
which we need
yes.
to mitigate against.
Climate is so changing.
Yes.
And in the Dolomites, thwarting permafrost triggers rockfall that force hundreds of hikers to evacuate.
Mhm.
So they even targeting the hikers.
Like,
You know, remember in Canada they say, listen, don't come here.
yes.
Don't go in the
Yes, in the woods.
in the woods.
Don't go in the woods. Don't bike trail. Don't do anything. Stay in
No,
the city here.
they're stoning the hikers now. Triggering rockfalls and all
Good.
those kind of things. Further north, Scandinavia has endured an unprecedented heat wave,
Mhm.
with Finland recording 22 consecutive days above 86 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh.
Things are really happening.
I realize you mentioned that word again.
Serious heat, yes.
Unprecedented. That word.
Mm-hmm.
Unprecedented. This is something that is what we're showing in the people
Mm-hmm.
that we're living in the end, Because I've never seen that word so much in these things than now. Everything now is unprecedented. Never happened before. You understand? Never happened before in the history of time. So guess what? This is showing us that this is it. This is the last of everything,
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
that is happening now, if it never has happened before, this is the last of it right now.
They're
These are
pushing.
they're pushing it.
in the
You
right
have to push it to the end, to the limit.
Yeah, man.
You have to push
Yeah.
it to the limit.
Alright, it will not be believable if you don't do that.
Yes.
So you have to do that.
Yes.
And now the hospitals are being overwhelmed, and authorities say dozens drowned while seeking relief in lakes and rivers.
What else?
Yeah, these persons are trying to escape the heat wave.
And then go down.
So you end up in the lakes and the rivers,
Wow.
and then you drown. Dozens of people are drowning because they go into the lakes and the rivers.
Wow.
No, my thing is, what causes you to drown? Okay, you normally go in the lakes and rivers, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So what causes a lot of drowning
And
nowadays? Dozens are drowning.
And why would you go in there at such a point if you can't swim?
Cause
You must stay at the shallows then or the edge to the bank.
Or if it's heat wave, you stay indoors. I don't know if there are heat waves. When you're inside, you
No.
that causes death too. So wildfire also collapse under the strain of extreme heat, right? In Asia, so we're going over the world.
Yes.
We are in Asia now.
Yeah, man.
And we hear of the many monsoons. So monsoon flooding has killed hundreds in Pakistan. Even up to yesterday, I've seen, hundreds of people dying as a result of the monsoon. The whole lot of flooding in Pakistan. Nepal and India are administered by Kashmir, displacing tens of thousands of persons.
Wow.
You remember then the Sudanese, displaced the Sudanese, displacing those in the Hamas people in Gaza. Mm-hmm. Now they are displacing persons in India and Pakistan by using floods. Also, China has suffered landslides from torrential rains, while parts of India face severe droughts that threaten crops and water supplies. Experts estimate the latest European heat wave killed 2,300 people, with around 1,500 deaths directly linked to fossil fuel emissions that intensify the heat. So they're jumping at fossil fuels now. They're targeting fossil fuels. So,
oh,
it intensifies the heat. So many persons are dying as a result of that. So what is to blame? Fossil fuels. Um, and then fossil fuels can be linked to the presence of humans. Great ways
No
to
man,
the
that's
presence of
where it's going to,
humans.
That is where it's heading to.
So we need to keep this thing down as much as we can. While some skeptics argue natural viability and rapid urbanization, so-called heat, as a result of the heat, well, that causes the heat. There whole lot of concrete buildings going up. Yeah, the so-called heat island effect in cities also contribute to the overwhelming consensus. That human activity is the main driver.
Mm.
Humans are the ones that are causing all these problems.
Mm.
Humans, 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 humans. So there's a need for prayer and action.
That's what they say.
Yeah, with all of this wildfire, floods, and glaciers collapsing, their prayers for creation now echo in a world in crisis. So they're looking forward to September. Good morning, Shabir. They're looking forward to September where they can pray, to correct all of these evils. But we mentioned something earlier up, and as a result, I'm going to play. It speaks to the heat wave. In Scandinavia, an unprecedented heat wave
Yes.
with 22 consecutive days above
Oh, yeah,
30
before.
degrees
80 degrees
Celsius
now.
or 86
Yeah,
degrees
80
Fahrenheit.
Right.
But here this lady is speaking on more on United States of America, and I found something strange because she speaks to the hiking cost of electricity in United States and how persons are being affected in a great way from these things. Listen to this nice lady.
You know it's true. You don't realize how important electricity is until you don't have it. When you're 8 months pregnant, like I am, it becomes an even more vital, critical resource. While many Americans across the country are revisiting their budgets to see what they can live without, economists are saying electricity prices are climbing more than twice as fast as inflation is. As the dog days of summer roll on, Americans are getting sticker shock over the cost of keeping cool. All across the country, electricity prices are rising, even faster than your grocery bill, putting an added strain on consumers' wallets that are already stretched thin. According to the National Energy Assistance Directors Association, the average household power bill was expected to jump to nearly $800 from June to September, a 12-year record and a 6% increase from last year's average. Low-income Americans are struggling the most, with 1 in 6 U.S. households currently behind on their payments. The federal government spends about $4 billion a year to help low-income families with their energy bills. But there are concerns that President Trump's proposed budget could eliminate that assistance entirely. So what's behind the skyrocketing costs? For one, record-setting heat waves are pushing power grids to the limit. Natural gas fuels over 40% of the country's electricity production. Higher LNG prices equals higher power prices. And in some states, these huge AI data centers are sucking up gigawatts of energy as supplies tighten. Another added expense, utility companies investing in upgrades to the nation's aging electrical grid are passing those costs onto consumers as well. Energy experts say one way to take back control of those costs is to utilize clean energy resources, renewables like solar power, touted as one of the cheapest forms of energy to help rein in runaway prices.
Giovanni,
Hmm.
so because the time is hot, the need to provide power for cooling
It's stretched thin.
it's stretched
But
thin.
but this is not only American thing, people. This is something in Jamaica as well.
Yes,
Yeah, man, this is a case in Jamaica as well.
So the
JPS
power grids
said the same thing.
are under stress.
Under stress.
The increase in rates may not be as exorbitant
Yes.
in Jamaica as
Right.
in the United States. And we hear that this is the place that you need to run when you need opportunities and all of that, as in America. But you realize that the cost of living is extremely high.
Skyrocketing, yes.
It's extremely high. And those who are low income earn the more.
Mhm.
So they are saying that because they have to be upgrading these electricity, what you call it? Yeah, the facilities.
Yes.
Because they need upgrading because they are aged. These facilities are the infrastructure is aged, so they need to upgrade them. This work of upgrading is costing a lot. It's costing a lot, and that is reflected on your bill.
Right.
Right? On top of that, um, need it is being powered by a very costly means. They call it the LNG, and all of those that they're using to power it. It's very costly, so that's also reflected on your bill. And also adds to it because everybody knows in order to keep cool, you're drawing on more.
More power.
You're stressing the grid.
Yes.
A great deal. So that is also caused, and that is reflected on your bill. And the AI thing, remember they are pushing AI all over the
You
world.
gotta touch it now, because I was gonna touch it.
The cost of it,
You gotta look at it.
the cost, because it draws, you need a lot of power to operate these data centers.
Gigawatts of power operate. But the reason why it stands out to me, Mickey, is the fact that I saw a video one time.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, like the observer what they call Clovis Stone, and just make one look at like a cartoon narrative of things that are happening. Clovis Stone,
yeah. Man.
Something similar like that I was seeing. When this AI generated video to show what the future would be like with these data centers.
Yeah.
And they were saying that the future would be that we will have no water because of how these data centers would have been upgraded over time. You didn't need massive amounts of water to cool them, just to cool them down, you know. You see that with the heat, yeah man. You see that with the heat and that draw much gigawatts of energy. So you say all of the lakes, all of them they go run dry. We not gonna drop up. We have to go fight to the system, just like how the digital currency would work. Where them decide if you can spend the money or not, that's how the water system would reach. Because all the water is being processed to AI to power their data centers to keep them cool.
So to monitor you.
Yeah man, to monitor you. You know, okay, I understand this.
So how you benefit? You notice you no benefit.
Yeah, benefit.
You know, no benefit to you there.
But that's what I'm trying to show you. Alright, that's what I'm trying to show people. We won't have any benefit in society, Charlie, from now. Charlie, from now will not be needed in society.
Yeah.
And it's happening right now. I mean, I found something on the news yesterday. I want to bring for another study still. So may I leave it at that. Bring another study.
But you found it.
Yes.
You found it. Yeah, man. So there's everything is against.
Yes.
It's against us, and they're saying it is all linked to climate change.
Yes.
And they said one of the only ways out is to invest in solar energy. Solar energy. You know how much lands you need. You know how much lands the government need. We're talking about the United States here, because that was what the news was speaking about. You know how much lands they would need
to get solar things.
To erect these solar kind of stuff, because the wind one with the wind turbine in the water, I don't know how much that produces.
No man, but even the wind turbine,
it costs a lot.
I saw an explanation for the wind turbine, you see? And it was mind blowing to me because the wind turbines have to use the regular energy that we're using now in manufacturing to produce. So when you produce that thing with the wind, it is stemming from originated from the energy from like the electricity that we're using.
I know that they use power.
No man, they don't use it to power it. They don't use it to power it. But things in it to operate it, it is utilized from what the power that we have in store now. I get the real explanation from it and bring it on the side. I'm saying this is true. Also, the power that it produces is not enough to sustain anything at all. You're gonna need like whole heap.
I don't think so. I've seen it in operation. That's slow movement.
Yeah man.
That thing ever spin fast? I've never seen it going fast.
It spins based on the wind.
You make sure you put it in the sea, so I guess you captures a lot of wind there. But it's still not moving. So and they cost a lot to erect those things.
That is what
That's a lot
that
of
was
money.
that was one of the means as well. Just to erect one of them, whole heap of money, one, you know. And just imagine, and not only to erect it, but maintenance costs
Yeah,
over a period of time. I have to maintain it every now and then.
so it's not cost effective.
No.
And then to establish the whole solar stuff, you
Mhm.
need a lot of land space
Yes.
to create these solar panels and to establish these solar panels.
Mhm.
It takes up a lot of land space, and it is saying that's the way forward, you know, to cut down on fossil fuels and stuff. We're not saying that you having solar panels at your house is a bad thing,
No.
you know, or you are pushing climate change. No. But these persons who see it as an alternative source of energy, I'm talking about governments now, whose aim is to rid the earth of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels, please remember that fossil fuels are the ones that God is what God left on the earth here
Mhm. Yes.
for us to subsist or to maintain life until He returns.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one He put in place.
The reason I'm laughing there, Vicky, because I mean, before coming to the comment here, the question here from Nebert, that is why it is termed Babylon, you know, confusion. Because even though we realize now that they want to substitute fossil fuels for renewable energy, yes, sir. Trump, I saw this news the other day.
Yeah.
I was reading this week, reading it. Trump is basically, I can say he's wholly against it, you know, because he's saying we need to power these AI things, and to power them, we need the energy from the fossil fuels. You understand? So he's saying, so the narrative is brought up. I remember that these, as the news said, takes gigawatts of energy to power.
Yeah.
So scientists now and experts are saying now that, look here, this is gonna go directly in opposition to the climate agenda and the climate things.
Yeah.
So it was some things during Parliament and bills to be passed and in Senate and so he was trying to go around it.
Yeah.
To say that, look here, we need to push back on the climate agenda and bring this thing forward. Like he's trying to say this is more important than the climate agenda that you're pushing.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm one if he's saying that the climate thing are foolishness, as in no.
Well, he normally push that, you know, even during his campaign period. He pushed that, you know, he's against it.
Yes, exactly, because alright. Oh, not to cut you, Vicky. Remember,
well, both sides are against it, as in the Democrats and Republicans.
I was gonna say based on when it was in term around 2016 to 2020. When it was in term at that time, Nancy Pelosi, who was up on the other side, she was wholly against him, you know, because and not only her alone, many others were against him in the Senate because he was against climate agenda, against the climate change, because I know it made no sense, right? He was wholly against it, so they were pushing against him and saying, and if you get back on Riri because he's pushing against this thing. And mainly the reason why they were against him is because the Pope is the one who instituted this agenda.
Yeah.
You know, the Roman system instituted it, and they were full-fledged Catholics, full-fledged for the Roman system. So she decided that, look here, is that a change over this thing, or are you going? Yeah, man, they were against him for it during that time. Can they research on it? They were against him for this climate thing, but we see this.
Trump.
Yes, Trump. They're against Trump for it. But as we're telling you now, people wanted to understand that this is a deception. This whole climate agenda is a deception. The Bible says in 2 Chronicles 7:14, that if my people humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and forgive them of their sins and to heal their land.
Yeah.
Everything that we're experiencing in life now, people, the heat wave, the hurricane, everything, it is stemming from sin. Sin, the transgression of God's laws. And because the further we go down into these generations, is the more sin permeates the atmosphere.
Yes.
The more deadly these things become. And it will not stop. Climate change is not the reason for all of this. The sin of us humans is the reason for this. The disease that we are feeling, all of this is stemming from sin. So Satan now utilizes that as an opportunity to exercise film power. So put a deadly thing into the air, give more disease. But all of this stem from sin. That is how Satan can utilize it, because we have sinned. So if we would have turned and humble ourselves, God saying what, heal our land and forgive us our sins. But because we're not planning to do that, because people not gonna do that, because as I say,
Yeah.
they're gonna do wax worse and worse. So no matter the doctrine we preach,
Mhm.
it go wax. People go wax worse and worse. So we're gonna expect that the state of the earth will only get worse and worse until Christ comes, people. So no matter what climate agenda you want to put in place, that they want to put in place, it will not solve what is happening because the main root is sin. And if you can't solve it from the root, Becky, you can't solve it any at all.
No.
Right? You can't solve it any at
It's
all.
going to be
Gonna
in
be, it's gonna
existence
manifest
forever,
itself
forever.
again and again.
Yeah.
But before you read that,
The root cause is necessary.
yes.
Yeah.
Nibber said the monsoons that you spoke about earlier.
Mhm.
He said, what causes the monsoons? Is it the same as the Vietnamese monsoons during the U.S. Vietnam War? The U.S. government manufactured those monsoons. Is the same happening now? Weather manipulation. He's asking the question, is it weather manipulation?
Well, we believe that weather manipulation is a thing.
Yes.
You know, it is a thing,
Yes.
and it's been used.
All over
Well, it has been used for generations
yes.
now.
Way back when.
Yes, for generations now. To create certain things,
Mhm.
either for war or it's normally some form of war tactic.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, yeah, warring against humanity tactic in one way or another. I remember um, there was a meeting about 2 years ago.
Mm.
About 2 years ago, this country in Europe, they were in a meeting, the heads of
Yeah.
many countries, and this person was being defiant, and he walked out of the meeting. And as soon as he got home, there was an earthquake in the country.
Mm.
You know, a big
Amazing.
pine-sinking earthquake, and
Mm.
I don't remember the name of the place. It's in Europe. It's in Europe. Somebody and I were talking about it the other day too, because I thought I was the only person who knew of it. But it was on the news. So as soon as he reached home, earthquake taking place. No, the earthquake didn't affect him. It
Yes.
affected his people.
Wow.
But him they vexed because him walk out of the meeting.
Right.
But the people suffered.
Mm.
The people that even know that this man walk out of the meeting.
Mm.
So,
You see how serious this thing is,
so you
people?
can't defy them because they use those things as weapons.
You remember that hurricane? I don't think it was Florence,
Yeah.
but there was a hurricane that came and it decimated Barbados. The Barbados at the time, or Bermuda. One of them Caribbean countries, man, decimated.
Yeah.
Wicked, a couple years ago. And we were saying that it looks like a targeted situation.
It's Turkey. Yeah, man.
No man.
No, the one with the earthquake.
Oh, the one, the earthquake
Yeah.
is Turkey.
Yeah,
Okay.
The head of Turkey stepped out of the meeting.
Okay, yes.
Vex and something. As he reach home, so boom,
Earthquake.
earthquaking it.
I think the one, I think it was Barbados, a Caribbean country. There was something that they didn't go in tandem with. That I realized. And I mean, I tell us that the hurricane, that this way going on, and decimate, flatten. Who will ever please on this? I mean, I say, these people create these things. You see, the thing is that you have to understand now in life, people, that you don't need to go to war with guns and bombs again.
No.
The officials state it as a matter of fact, you can't fight war now with weather. Weather is the thing now to fight war. You just something go on the send a hurricane. Remember Matthew? Matthew come to Jamaica. And then all of a sudden Matthew just let me go and see like me decide him and say, oh, I'm gonna hate it. And that was the time when I think Haiti, Haiti was in defiance. The government, the prime minister was in defiance of something that was put in place.
Yeah.
And just send a hurricane over there. Send a hurricane over there.
But the thing is, you can't call names when that happens, you know.
Yes.
All right. Right now you're calling Israel's name because they're bombing here, there, everywhere.
Yes.
When they use that kind of weapon, you can't call a country name.
You can't call it. Can't call it. They don't know who do it. They know who do it. They just so hurricane going to decimate the country and
So we don't have much money. Good morning, neighbor. Even though we read your comments, you didn't say good morning. Good morning, Washi.
Yeah, morning, Washi.
Good to have you on. So it happened in Turkey, but the monsoons, as he rightly says, these things are just not normal.
Yes.
They have a way to fix it. You notice in this side of the world, you're getting heat. In that side, you're getting water. Both of them are causing death.
Yes. A whole heap
Both of them are causing death. In Jamaica, we are experiencing the heat. So it's creating a famine kind of situation. where the plants are dying, plants are yellowing. You know, it's
And
destruction in one way or another.
I know how serious it is, Becky.
Mhm.
That the destruction is not only the destruction isn't only limited to to that kind of destruction, as in you drown or your famine or your starve.
Yeah.
It is also inclusive of the fact that the diseases stem from these.
Mhm.
So when you have the floods and also the water, diseases come from that, the famine, develop them a kind of, as one of
Yeah.
happen in Gaza, and they said they can't have no cure for that one.
So you
Because that
trigger
one against-
something that
yes,
is
man.
ongoing.
Yes.
It just cause
That is it.
ongoing death.
That is it. Trigger
Yeah.
diseases.
Yeah. So you start by killing a set, but then you
Yes.
put something in place that causes and
Yes.
triggers
Yes. That is the case.
ongoing homicide, suicide. Yeah, all ongoing death. You know, Nimrod is saying the mayor
Yes.
when they after the meeting and the man
Okay.
went home and upset and stuff and they sent the earthquake. The mayor was one of those who came out. Yes, you're right. The mayor spoke up about it and he disappeared.
Just
He
disappeared.
disappeared.
Wow.
Must have raptured. So he disappeared. So just don't speak against it, because so he realized that it wasn't an act of God. That earthquake wasn't an act of God, and he spoke out against it, and
Disappeared without a trace.
disappeared without a trace.
Similar like those who implemented water vehicle running off of water instead of gas. Them disappeared without a trace. Just find them dead. Then they had the one who wanted to the remember his name, wanted to give us electricity. Yeah, electricity was to be free. It was supposed to be free now.
Oh, so the man behind that would be
what's his name
Tesla.
again? Tesla.
Yeah.
Tesla. Tesla, Nicholas Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
Electricity was to be free now. His narrative was to give us electricity free now.
Yeah.
And guess what? No, you can't do that. We're gonna make money. It disappeared too.
Disappeared.
Dead. Yeah, man. Just
So
like
the technology has not been used since.
yes.
You know? Yeah, so Biden, we're talking about Biden. As I was saying, both sides.
Yes.
Both sides
Of the same
are
kind.
for fossil fuels.
Both sides are the same kind, man.
Yes. Because what other way are you gonna get the power? The amount of power necessary to run these data centers and these systems. It said the administration, this was when Biden was up and running. I'm reading here from an article, 25th of September 2023. It said the administration is pushing for less use of fossil fuels. So you have to push the narrative.
Yes.
While also witnessing record amounts of oil and gas production. You can't do without it. You can't go around it.
No, you can't go around it.
How do you provide energy for a ship? A cruise ship.
To run. I guess they're not gonna run
You
out.
put some solar panels on it.
That's not getting enough power.
So you need you need something hooked to it about the size of the same ship, full of solar panels, addition to the ship solar panels. And that can't push nothing. Can't push nothing. And you're talking about these war vessels. What do you use to power them?
No, man, they have, alright, you see, for the war vessels now, they have what they call nuclear power. So they have
reactors. You can't trouble it because Tesla, you got rid of the Tesla, man. So how you going to use it?
No, man, they use it, man. the thing is that they use that for them only to suit them army. To suit them, we call it the kind of force,
So it's good enough for them.
Yes, good enough. It's only utilized for that purpose. So like even the submarines, the submarines are powered by nuclear energy. So they don't need. So that's another energy you have. So you have the solar, you have the fossil fuel, you have the wind, and they have water, and you have nuclear. So the nuclear energy is the most powerful. So they have some atoms, uranium, or then something they use. So then put that in a reactor. So it's like a reactor inside of the ship that run the engine. So that they can pour it for a lifetime and refill none of gas and not that. So people have this technology, but they only harness it for their own use.
But they're saying it is dangerous to humanity.
Yes.
Not true?
Of course.
So if you should use it, say for example in Jamaica, it may harm people.
Yes.
So come up with a way. You come up with a way how to use it on your nuclear, your big vessels, your war vessels, and that same method cannot be used.
No, it should not be used. I know the reason why I'm smiling with it. Because you mentioned something with the ships. I spark an interest because I say how the ships move.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I look at it like that, say how the ships them would have moved through the cruise ships, them carry plane them. How they not move? Because fuel they use.
You need it.
What's the fuel? But I just remembered
Mm-hmm.
that they're not supposed to be moving. That's the whole point, you know. They're not supposed to move in this
Oh, you mean
agenda.
travel?
Yes, man, in
Travel.
this agenda that is being put in
Alright.
place. 2030 is not far now. 2030, the World Economic Forum says you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. We're not supposed to own nothing by that time. We're not supposed to travel anywhere. We're supposed to stay within our localized area. Only
Yes,
persons who can
yeah.
travel are probably heads of state and them big people. But you as a commanding about time, you're not supposed to travel. So guess what? The limit our means of transportation. No plane, no for fly, no ship, no for run, no car, no for drive. You understand? So then when you just mention it now, me I say no, it cannot do that now. When you eliminate this fossil fuel, solar can run car, solar can run ship, solar can run
It's
plane.
not gonna work.
Can't work.
Not gonna
And
work.
water can't run them either. Because then kill that the man who come up with that invention and not gonna use it. So you realize that it is a means to limit your travel for control
Yeah.
purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So Nibert is lamenting the death of his bananas and
Oh.
plants, experiencing
Oh.
lethal yellowing. You know?
Yes.
So instead, back in the day, they used to spray them.
Mhm.
Now they're using heat, and it's working.
Yes.
I was looking when I was entering this morning. I looked up,
Mhm.
and the entire face of the sky was covered with man-made clouds.
Hold on. I'm gonna stick up in this because
Yeah.
this is serious, you know. This is very serious for you because I hope you not listen to me. When I went out this morning, you know,
Mhm.
because that's one of my first go to looking at
You see it?
the cloud. No man, but you know this thing serious like an AI now because I went outside and literally go to from go to early in the morning, stand up. See a nice color in the sky and the clouds them now and then.
Yeah.
The entire sky covered as just real.
Mhm.
And I'm saying, okay, this is a real cloud, man. That was what to myself, and I said, this is not man-made. Because man-made don't cover so
You wouldn't
much.
cover. Okay.
So much
I
in
hear
the
you.
sky one
I hear
time.
you.
And so you come now and tell me, say, boy, the man-made thing. And you know, me literally look on your good one and I say,
The entire
people,
visible surface.
people
yeah,
literally
okay.
outside this morning earlier. Is that me I try what was decipher
Mhm.
if this real or fake. So hear me in my head, this look like a serious cloud.
And then it's pretty. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Serious decoration.
And boy, hey, this will have to come to an end, you know, people, because this thing is serious. If you can't discern now the real cloud from the fake cloud, then it's really serious. Very serious.
Now, I do pray that all that we saw this morning is removed before 10 o'clock. You see, if the sun, when the sun starts penetrate that,
Yeah, man.
you can't go outside. You know,
Mhm.
you know much elements in them. So
Yeah,
the
man.
entire
Yeah, man. Sky,
just-
I saw it, man. I saw it.
it better move, yeah, man.
And I was struck between if it's real
Mhm.
or if it's fake.
I know a lot of peer persons will drop down today, if that ever remain. And it has a way of remaining. It doesn't really move fast.
Yes,
If it moves
yes,
any other time, it
yes.
doesn't move.
Yeah, it doesn't move fast.
So I really pray for our country today. For
The man,
today.
the man them saying they are creating the weather.
Mhm.
That is what they're saying. You know? I mean, persons who work at the factories because they have people working.
Mhm.
Cause you know, so cloud making is a thing, now, right? Yeah, man, it's a job.
Yeah, it's not.
To
It
make
can't be a
clothes is a job.
conspiracy when those who normally say that things are conspiracy are the ones saying we are doing this thing.
Exactly. Right.
You know?
Right. Cloud making is a job, man. You hear, you see persons, not even here, see persons coming out showing that. See here, the cloud making factory and making clothes here. We say we are changing the climate. I believe that was the word they were creating the weather. One of the
And then immediately
That's what I'm
after,
saying.
not too long after you make the clouds, you see rain.
Rain.
Tear down the place.
Then them now
You know?
I play God man and make the rain. They make the rain too, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, man, that's what they're saying. They create the rain. They create the cloud and it precipitate after
Yeah.
it condense, so they make the rain too. So they're playing God. That's what they're saying.
Mhm.
So if what I'm looking at, if this situation was in the time of Elijah, what would be the case? Because if Elijah would play for God and God decides say nah, send the rain for Israel now for 7 years because of the abomination. I'm gonna just go see two clouds or something. As a matter of fact, no cloud never in the sky. And then Elijah was looking for the cloud and they were praying to the cloud.
Yeah.
So they would have met the cloud, and then make the cloud and then make it rain. So Emmanuel would have, man, that thing.
So they'll be okay back then.
Yeah, they'll be okay with that.
They'll be okay.
Oh,
Yeah. And
this is
they'll be
serious.
saying, "Boy, God can mitigate
Yeah,
this."
yeah.
But
that can't
I
happen.
remembered when they tried to make a building as high as, reaching the cloud
Oh, yes,
or
man.
going above the clouds, and
Confounded.
God,
Confounded on wind, yes.
intervened and
Yes.
things happen. So they need to be careful, right? Do you think that the leaders, both civil and religious, this is Arthur. Good morning, Arthur.
Good morning, Arthur.
Do you think that the leaders, both civil and religious, are aware of the population control effect of their decisions? But during C-19, they put measures in place so that no one
Would die.
including heavy fines. Do you think that they are aware?
Mm. Yeah, do you think that leaders, both civil and religious, are aware of the
Mm.
population control effect of their decisions? They put in heavy fines. No, man, but the heavy fines is a different scenario.
Mhm.
You have to put that in place and everything, because you have to let it seem that you're doing something good.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
understand? You cannot push out the narrative that you're trying to kill out the people. You can't
Yeah.
make it obvious. But remember, I know, let me read about this thing, because a long time I've started with read it.
go ahead, right.
Let me find it back and read it.
But I know they're aware.
And I read this last
Mhm.
week, as a matter of fact. And it is the depopulation agenda.
Yeah.
I remember when we say it was done, it was done at the University of Texas, and they got standing ovation for it. Says that war and famines would not do. Instead, disease offered the most efficient and fastest way to kill the billions that must soon die if the population crisis is to be solved.
Yeah.
AIDS is not an efficient killer because it is too slow. My favorite candidate for eliminating 90% of the world's population is airborne Ebola, because it is both highly lethal and kills in days instead of years. We've got airborne diseases with 90% mortality in humans, killing humans. Think about that. The bird flu is good too. For everyone who survives, he will have to bury 9. It was from Dr. Eric Pianka, University of Texas.
Mhm.
Speech to an audience on population control received standing ovation. So I think they don't know what they're doing, and that they want to reduce the population. And I give you one better than that one now. I give you one better than that one now. And this one is from somebody who is still alive now.
Oh,
Right,
it's,
no, I'm
it's not
talking.
not Henry Kissinger because he died.
No, man, not the Kissinger at all.
Okay.
This one is on the great Bill Gates.
Mhm.
The great Bill Gates. Let me see if I find it back quickly. I came off of it.
That man is spending a lot of money to correct the evils according
Yes,
to him.
man. Yes, man.
Yeah. Putting a lot of things in place to stem the tide of all of the
Yes.
problems we're
Yes.
having.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Now, he says, I remember when Bill Gates is from a family of eugenics people. I wanted to understand that. It's a family of eugenics. So when he believes there's a certain breed
Mhm.
of people, not knowing that people they have different breeds, but a certain breed of people must be on the earth. You
Yeah.
understand? Yeah, man. So our breed of people, we are low class, so we're not needed. We're just useless feeders and eaters of society.
Yeah.
So we can be eliminated. So you need the rich breed. The rich breed have to thrive. So we can get rid of our breed. So now he created a mathematical solution to climate change.
Mhm.
Mathematical solution to climate change. It was that P, which is population, S, which are the services used by the people, and E, which is the energy needed to pour those services, and then you have C, which equals the carbon dioxide created by humans, created by that energy. Sorry. So I say population is of course trending higher, and
Yeah.
as the services of people demand, especially in the developing world, which has barely scratched the surface in terms of cars and ACs and other modern basics, those two factors swamp progress in energy efficiency.
Mhm.
So that is telling us that we're in order to get rid of C, P, yes. In order to get rid of C, you need to eliminate P from the equation, if you get it. So to get to C, you have to get rid of P.
Okay, you solve the problem of C.
Yes. All right. Let me read back the
Mhm.
mathematical equation. P is equal to population.
Right.
I think
Our people.
yes.
Yes.
Yes. People.
Yes.
S is equal to services used by those people.
Okay.
Now, E is the energy needed to power those services, and C is the carbon dioxide created by that energy. So you need the energy to create it, and then C is the carbon dioxide created by that energy. So now population is trending even higher than before we see now, and the services that are in demand even more.
Yeah.
But to solve this equation, you need to get rid of C. If C is not gotten rid of, the equation remains unsolved.
Yeah.
So now the mathematical calculation is to see how can we get rid of C,
Yes.
because that is what is causing that is what is causing these disasters, the carbon dioxide. So
Yeah.
you need to get rid of C. So to get rid of C, you need to get rid of E. Because E is the energy needed to power those services.
Right.
But guess what? P, which is the people, are the one who are using those, are creating the
Services.
energies. Not the service them are using. Them are use the are create the things that cause the energy for use of the service.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So we create the machines them, and these services create energy, which cause carbon dioxide, more carbon dioxide. So the root cause of all of this is P.
It's
Because
P.
without P, you would have the energy or the services we utilize the energy for cars C, which is carbon dioxide in the first place.
Right.
So to get rid of C, you need to eliminate P. And I realize what the agenda says 90% of the population needs to be gotten rid of. And if that wasn't enough, CBS News tells us, Becky, CBS News.
Yeah.
This was on their fourth National Climate Assessment, Volume 2. That they were speaking about. I think this is a United States assessment, climate assessment. It says up to 12% hotter, and this I think was 28 in there about. The Earth was up to 12% hotter. No, they said the Earth will be 12% hotter by the century's end, and 90% of current warming, global warming, is caused by humans. Remember,
90%.
of warming is caused by humans.
Okay.
And then it states, another report states that from CNN, that we need to do all we can to avoid the major risk of climate change by 2030.
Yeah.
2030. 2030,
Yes.
Well, we understand when we say
4
2030.
plus years.
Yes, man.
From now.
Or 5 plus.
4.
Yeah, 4 plus. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Time is moving on.
Man,
Every day is one day less, you know.
I tell you, 2030, they said people we need to avoid
Yeah.
the worst effects of climate change. They say we need to bring it to a 1.5 degrees threshold.
Yeah.
And to do that now, we have to get rid of carbon dioxide. Forget it, but we need it. But at the same time, 90% of the warming is caused by humans. So when you put 2 and 2 together, I don't know where you get from it. Where you get from it, Becky?
We need to die out.
Not only die out, you need to die out fast.
So we
You
can
need to
save.
be
Yeah.
eliminated rapidly, people, because just imagine that we need to die to be saved. You can imagine that?
Yeah, but according to Auto Rehab,
Mhm.
not only are the civil society pushing this agenda, but also the
Right.
religious society.
Right.
Imagine the religious society saying that, listen, we need to get rid of as many people as possible
Yes.
to save the world. I thought that salvation for the religious society, I'm talking about Christians here.
Yes.
I thought that salvation comes through Jesus Christ. They're saying salvation comes through the death of as many people as possible.
Yes. Yes.
And then what you will end up with is a peaceful, green and pretty
Yes.
and beautiful
Yes.
earth.
Yes.
That should not be Christian speaking
I want
at all.
I want us to understand, people. This thing, Becky,
Mhm.
is being treated like children of Israel scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, children of Israel scenario. The wonder 40 years in the wilderness and die out, and a new generation come up
Mhm.
to possess the land, possess the promised land.
Yes.
So we are here now on this earth. So we cannot be sustained or whatever. These resources cannot sustain us, and we're causing these current warming and whatever. So guess what? We need to get rid of 90% of this population
Mhm.
and then start afresh. You want to start fresh after that. So that whatever generation come up after that will be eugenics. They will be the rightful ones to possess the land. That's basically what they're saying.
But then
Mhm.
you will still have to mitigate against the increase or the growth of that population.
Mhm.
Not true.
No, man. But that is already set in place, Yeah, man, that would have
So
that would have already
once they
been set
get to
in
that
place.
number,
Yes, yes.
in their head, once they get to that number,
I hate that.
there won't be an increase.
No, it's not that there couldn't be an increase in the
But there'll be death, you know. So
right now. I believe that even if that time to come are just robots, if they have been still people acting as robots.
that's what's in their head. Because these people, many of them, look at Noah Harari, for example.
Yes.
He doesn't believe in God. One, he says he doesn't believe in God. One,
Yeah.
two, he doesn't believe in man and woman coming together to create an increase in species and stuff. He believes that he should go with a man. So most of these people, they don't believe in growth of the population. So whenever you get your numbers right, cool, which is not possible, but yes, that's what's in your head. How do you replace one after one dies? How do you replace that one?
I don't know if there will be a replacement.
So you're gonna have a diminishing number until it reaches zero.
Yes. Hey, let's start.
It's a very smart way of thinking for them. I don't know.
Yeah. This one is too deep.
It's stupid enough, but
let us stay or stick with the fact. Let us stick with the fact, people, that we know that these elites know the times in which they're living.
Yes.
We're all living in.
Yes.
They know that God is about to come, just as true as we know. That is why they are structuring and putting all these plans in place for bunkers, bunkers, who have this up this or store up, who want to run over deers up, because they know what is happening. Satan communicate with them people, just as how God communicates with his people.
Yeah.
As well. So Satan knows the time as well. He knows same time got really short now. That's why I'm gonna ramp up all the efforts right now. As this is why the deception is so high now, even with climate change. See with Canada happening here, tries corral all the people in the cities. So when destruction happens now, everybody in that city can be wiped out one time. A lot of people you have going into crisis graves. Not getting a chance to repent and so on and so forth. So with all of these that we're saying, people, it is just to educate you to the fact of what is happening, because this is something that has reached Jamaica. Jamaica is full and fledged with this climate agenda. Understand that, and whether you want to believe it or not, I'm gonna find the thing. The solution that is being put in place for climate change, the biggest solution is a slow Sunday. You see, when the C-19 was happening or happened here, when the C-19 happened a couple years back, 2-3 years back, when movement was restricted upon all inhabitants of this earth, people realized that earth, well, that what they're saying, scientists were saying, and the Pope, or it was Francis at the time, the earth was going back to a state of normalcy. That's what they were saying. Yeah, man. The animals were coming out on the road, birds them come out more, the place look more vibrant, because all of this smoke from the factory stop going into the air.
Yeah.
So everything come back.
Humans were indoors.
Yes, humans were indoors.
So that didn't affect.
Yes. So based on all that now, the earth was coming back to a state of normalcy.
Yeah.
So that is the agenda now. That is
the whole reset.
Yes, the whole reset. Right. So that is what is being used now to state that we need a day now of rest. So when that happens now, the earth can now come back to that state. When all of these things are turned off, all these carbon monoxide, dioxide from the factories everywhere, when all of these are now turned down for one day, the earth might survive.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know that day, why not use two? Some worship on Sabbath, Saturday, others worship on Sunday. So why not use it 2 days and a more day after the earth? Exactly, rest. The earth will get more rest.
24 hours of rest.
Well, we wanted to understand. That is why we wanted to understand, people, that this whole agenda is about worship.
Yeah.
It's about giving homage either to Satan or giving homage to God. Climate change is for the same thing as well. As a matter of fact, the system of Rome is the one who developed this narrative of climate change. Yeah, man, it was a part that was signed.
So let us go there.
Oh, you're going there? Okay, have it. Okay,
Let's go there.
Have it. Okay.
While you were talking, I chose to go there, and it's in our magazine, one of the magazines that we published.
Yes.
It's your 4 that speaks to the Club of Rome.
Yes.
And So it's gonna go right back to where you were.
Yes.
When you were talking about P and E.
Okay.
Okay. It says the Club of Rome is advancing the agenda of Thomas Malthus, who argued that population was held within resource limits by two types of checks. One, positive ones. Now, these positive ones, they raise the death rate. Now, this is a positive check-in.
Yes.
Good morning, Catherine and Septon.
Yes.
Thanks for having you on. The positive ones, they raise the death rate. So more persons die as a result of the positive checks. Now, the positive checks include hunger, disease, and war. That are just three of the things that it includes. Hunger, disease, war. Now, they are saying, the Club of Rome is saying that hunger is nothing bad. It's a positive.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you weren't listening.
No, so.
It's a positive check. So hunger, disease, war. These are all three positive checks. Are we seeing incidents of hunger, disease, war throughout the world?
Only
That covers the entire world, right?
Yeah, man, right here, so.
Right, and those are positive checks to reduce the population to resource limits. And two, preventative checks. Now, these include abortion, birth control, prostitution, homosexuality, postponement of marriage, and celibacy. Now, these are the preventative checks. So when these are in place, then you have the thing locked. So first you produce while you're producing the positive ones, which is disease, war, and hunger, you're putting in place the preventative ones.
Yes.
So when you reduce the number to where you want it, what keeps it, what prevents it from recurring? So when you get it to your 500 million,
man.
What prevents it from being 500 million and one?
Yes, man.
Are the preventative checks,
yes,
which is the abortion,
celibacy,
birth control, the celibacy, the homosexuality, the postponement of marriage. Because, I don't know, when the man and man come together, whenever they say they're married, you always see a boy or a girl in the family.
Yes.
You know, but they get that boy and a girl as a result of somebody,
yes,
man and woman coming together to produce. So when they get rid of that to a disease, hunger, war, then these people now going to have anybody in the home.
But that time you have disease. At that time you have disease, Becky.
Yes, you have disease, hunger, and war. You know, so you're living in you're living in a simulation right now.
Yes, yes.
But it's more of a fairy tale simulation because they know, these persons who create this kind of simulation, they know that they will never be able to accomplish these goals.
Yes.
So based on 2 Timothy 3 verse 13, evil men, they are waxing worse and worse.
Yes.
They are deceiving people, but they themselves are being deceived.
Oh, yes.
That all that they are planning is possible. You are deceiving yourself that, listen, if I create a bunker kind of situation, I can escape the wrath to come.
Yeah, go.
You're deceiving yourself. Right? But it's your only way out. Rather than giving yourself to God. Listen, I want to place myself in your hand where I can be safe and secure. Because one of these rich people, when I say rich, I'm talking to Bill Gates kind of stuff. If you give your life to God, who can harm you now? When the devil come, and even if he comes with death, you'd be sure of eternal life.
Oh, yes.
The kind of life that you want to establish on earth. Because you want to establish your private jet and your big house and all any kind of something. That and more is assured, you know.
Yes,
if you give your life to God.
We are more assured.
Walking on streets of gold. Now, if you should take out a piece of that gold upon one of those streets and value it.
And a pure gold that you never keep.
A pure gold.
Pure gold. Can't be any pure that way.
Bill Gates should cut a little square right and value it. It passed all of him so-called billions.
You not no money. Bill Gates not no money.
That should be the life those persons should be looking forward to. but because of their love of pleasures more than love of God, you know, that kind of thing. But back to auto rehab, you know, these persons have a form of godliness.
Yes.
You know, Second Timothy 3 verse 5. But they are denying the power thereof. Those religious persons who are coming together with the civil. You understand? Those persons will continue to remain the way they are. They'll be placed among those. Well, they are placed in a set of people, according to Second Timothy 3 verse 5, that you should turn away from. You shouldn't have lot of part
Part
with
with
these
them.
kind of
Yes.
kind of people. Now we're seeing in Rome. We're still talking about the heat and stuff. We're seeing in Rome. This is Earthbeat news. Earthbeat, July 31, 2025. Italy agreed July 31 to a Vatican plan to turn a 430 hectare. Oh. So our little thing earlier wasn't so correct. A hectare is about
1,000 acre.
two point something acres.
Mm.
2 point something, yes, 2 point something acres. Because 430 hectares is 1,000 acre. Is it?
Oh.
Alright. So Italy agreed July 31 to a Vatican plan to turn a 430 hectare, which is 1,000 acres, field north of Rome. Once a source of controversy between the two into a vast once the source of controversy between the two. Alright, so they want to turn that that acreage of property into a vast solar farm that the Holy See sees will generate enough electricity to meet its need and turn Vatican City into the world's first carbon neutral state. Now the city of Vatican, this is in Rome, Italy. City of Vatican, they want to turn the entire city into a carbon-free state. Carbon-free, so they are they're using 1,000 acres of land. Virgin,
That's how we pay
1,000 acres of land full of solar panels. That's why this thing will not work, you know. So it's a fairy tale. It will never work. 1,000 acres of land filled with solar panels. You're talking about billions of panels. Billions of panels you're talking about.
Panels, that man.
And Italy decides to them go put up money in the budget to do it. Vatican officials have estimated it will cost under 100 million euros, which is 114 million US dollars to develop the solar farm. That once it is approved by the Italian parliament, you know, they'll do the bidding and stuff. So they hope to establish that, to have Vatican fully
solar powered.
Solar powered.
So they're leading by example.
Of course, they have to lead by example. They are the ones who are pushing this thing, and you know, yeah, they're saying, let us start from home. Over the years, the area became more developed. Residents, you know, all right. So that area they set up, they have a lot of signals, transmission stuff, electromagnetic waves generated by the towers that they have there.
Yes.
That they use for their media stuff, with the broadcast right throughout the world. We know that the Catholic Church has broadcasting stations, all kind of stuff, all over. Vatican radio. Now they're saying that these things are affecting the persons living around the area, you know, causing all kind of health problems. So children have leukemia and all kind of other stuff resulting from the radio waves. And now they are establishing this kind of farm. You know, but the Pope says we're gonna push this thing until, because we have to free this area of fossil fuels so we can find this clean, neutral energy source.
Yes.
You know, so he wants to practice what he preaches. That's the aim right there. So this is something that we need to set up now, right throughout the world. You imagine? Now, where you gonna get acreage? Let's say, for example, Jamaica. Where are you gonna get those acreage? Set up your solar panels to make this place.
So some near say
Yeah.
Albany.
Because if it's not fossil fuels, it has to be this.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be this.
And water, but then
Now,
again,
which other place can comply?
can't go water because we short on water.
Italy can comply now. And just the Vatican City, which is a small area, can comply with all of this. Now, that's one of the ways they're causing the problems. I was looking at them using, mosquitoes, because mosquitoes is a result of all of these problems.
Oh yes.
You know, when after rains fall, you're told that or when rain is about to fall. So before or after, one of the measures you need to put in place is to ensure that any cans and stuff
Oh
you have,
yes.
you tear
Turn over
holes
them.
in them, turn them over,
Cover your
pierce holes
joints.
in them and stuff. So as to prevent the breeding of mosquitoes, you know, because mosquitoes can transmit all kind of disease if it
Few.
injects you. By the way, it's a female. So sad that it's a female one. So they said do the biting, and the singing too. So when
Yeah
you hear
man.
that vocalization at night,
And the singing worse than the
they say
biting
it's the
sometimes. You know.
females. It's annoying. It
Very
wake you
annoying.
up and make you box and box. You may hurt some parts of you. So they're the ones that do the whole inserting and the pain causing something.
Yes.
And they're the ones that do the singing. Now I saw in Jamaica where they're working on this thing. It was in 2016,
Mhm.
It was in 2016. They were planning to introduce um, genetically engineered mosquitoes. It was a pilot project, and I always wonder why when the world
Stick with
is
this project.
experiencing,
Yeah, man.
putting together these pilot projects, they always think of persons, you know, like me, looking
Like me, yo.
like you.
Mm.
And you notice the color we're wearing
Yeah,
this
man.
morning.
Oh, yeah.
We shouldn't be wearing it. We were told not to wear these colors,
Oh boy.
because of our
Mm-mm.
skin tone. We should wear lighter colors.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
if we do it at night, we could hit us down and stuff. So we need
You have
reflectors.
to be seen.
We need reflectors at night. Yes. So I don't know why when they think of these doing these pilot projects, they consider.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I guess
I don't know why
they hate
consider
black. I guess I don't know.
certain people.
My greatest thing is that it's the same blood that flows within us.
Mhm.
Why they always target Africa? Why? You know, I seen something this week.
People.
Some research they're doing, and I swear they're saying Africa is actually way more bigger than they think it is.
Oh, you saw it too?
Yeah, man. They say Africa can actually hold in America, Russia, and our next country at one time.
Yes.
That is how big Africa is, So I'm believing now, as people, this why they're targeting black people so much, especially African and Caribbeans, kind of we're descendants and the black from Africans.
Yeah.
I believe why they're targeting them so much. First of all, is because of our spirituality, relationship with God, because we're highly spiritual people.
Yes.
Based on the fact that we're coming from that side, Africa side, from when many things read in the Bible from Africa. There's thing Egypt, all those things, Jerusalem, all them things, Africa. All those are located in Africa. So I know that spirituality is passed down through descendants and generations and so on and so forth. The other thing is that Egypt, Israel, Pharaoh, people of God. When they realized that Pharaoh was fearful because the children of Israel were going at a rapid pace, and they're outnumbering and outgrowing his people, his men, and so forth. So he needed to put a stop to that because he couldn't allow them to overthrow his authority. So because of that, now he implemented fear within the people to increase their labor and their suffrage and so on and so forth. I'm seeing a similar thing probably with them now, with us, Caribbean and Africans. They don't want us to come and probably to come overthrow no one. Satan don't want the spirituality to be permeated through the entire world. So they need to cut it down. They need to cut it down at the root or nip it in the bud Yeah, man, Satan, if you nip it in the bud. Because if one can stand up, it means that everybody can stand up.
Yeah.
So if you can
Yeah.
silence that one, you will silence everybody. So you target the people who will stand up with these things. So I believe that is one of those two are two of the main reasons why we
Yeah.
as black people are targeted so much. Not necessarily because of our color, but because of our ability and spirituality as well.
Yeah, and if it's a war, because
Mhm.
it is a war,
Yes.
you have to look at that side.
Yes.
You know, the
Yes.
gods are at war. So
Yes.
it's the creator God against
Yeah, man.
the devil, and you know
It's agents.
the many ways he can manifest himself, whether in Baal or Aseret or wherever
Yes.
it is. So it's a spiritual warfare.
Oh yes.
It's a spiritual warfare, and it will continue. So we need to focus more on that side. As we navigate everything else, we need to focus on who is behind all of this. You know, the forces that are behind it. But they need to get rid of the knowledge of God. The devil needs to get rid of the knowledge of God. And
Yes.
he approaches it in a million different ways. And every single way is working. So it diminishes and diminishes, and you know, because if you can target the church, the devil can target the church and gets the church to be docile, you know, closes the mouth of the church altogether. You know how much he has accomplished?
Oh yes.
Well, you know.
Oh yes.
But if there is still a defiant set,
Mhm.
you know, all hell needs to break loose on this defiant
Yes.
set.
Remember, I know.
Mhm.
I'm gonna bring that up 'cause I wanted to mention it before
Yeah.
it slipped me because we're talking about other things. When you look at the externalization of the hierarchy from July the 8th,
May
happened.
8th. Yeah.
May? Yes, May,
Time
right.
flies, you know.
Man, I tell you. The 8th of May.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, the externalization of the hierarchy. And we mentioned to you on this platform, people, that they for the spiritual energy now of Satan to permeate the entire world.
Yeah.
There are some blockages of the spiritual energy which you need to get rid of these blockages so it can go forward to what it's doing. So because you have that like a remnant set now where block the thing because them speak out against Satan thing.
Yeah.
Block the energy going out. So guess what? Satan is trying his very best. First to keep you in deception while seeking to get rid of that set at the same time. But you know, we ought not to fear. We give God thanks for His mercy and His grace, because God will never allow His name or His truth not to permeate the entire world. You know? So He will not allow Satan to get rid of that small set, because His truth and His word have to go forward in all points of the world.
True.
And
True.
then shall the end come. So you know, so we give God for His protection, that we are protected from the enemy by Him. But if you stay on Satan's side, people, you cannot be protected from God by Satan. Satan can't protect you from nobody. Satan can just protect you from himself. He have a hard time enough to try control him. The minions them more run behind him. That's his angels I'm talking.
Yeah.
And much less to go protect you from God. But you know, choose wisely, people. That's how we're saying. You know, our word to the wise is sufficient.
Yeah.
Choose wisely right now. Choose you this day, Joshua 24:15, whom you will serve. Right now, the decision has come to you today, not tomorrow. You never know what tomorrow might bring. Yesterday I look at some whole heap of things as crashes, and I say vehicle crashes and so forth. Things that they didn't expect, you know. As in, you drive and you just go over one look around for university, and that alone cause a catastrophic accident. You know?
Yeah.
When I look in Jamaica, how much accidents happen on the highways and on the road. I never know, so today would have been feel last day. Where you going to meet at this accident or somebody going to run up in your vehicle or rare, you never know. That is why the psalmist tells us, people, in Psalms 90 verse 12, and you pray to God and says, you know, help me to number my days that I may apply them unto wisdom.
Yeah.
Pray that will be our prayer throughout this week, that God will help us to number our days so we can apply them unto wisdom. You know, we've heard many a times we're in the third watch.
Yeah.
I know coincidentally Psalms 90 speak about the watch as well. Yeah, man, speak about the watch. You know.
Psalms 90.
Yeah, man, Psalms 90.
Okay.
Speak about the watch. You can look at that.
You've been doing some detailed research.
Yeah, man. Speak about the watch, man. I'm here to go deeper in it too. You know, speak about it. So when I look at it, I'm like, wow, God is one. Cause I was looking for that scripture and I found it, and I said, I read the entire thing from my devotion. I'm looking at it and I said, man, this is right here, you know. And these are eye openers for us people. We don't have a lot of time left on this earth. You know, I speak with many persons and I say, you don't know when God will come, it's going to be the next 50 years or really. Of course, yes, we don't want to set any time. as we are not in the time setting period anymore.
Yes.
That ended from 1844. But what we have is event prophecies, Becky. So we can prophesy now based on events. And of course, the events are showing us that we're at the end, nevertheless.
Yes.
So you now cannot
Yes.
justly or just justify the fact that we're gonna have another 50 years because the events are not showing us that time frame. Right? The last act in the drama is right upon us right now. And after that now we know it's Christ coming. And if that is in the drama now, it won't last another 50 years.
Yes.
That's not how it works. It won't last another 50 years and so forth. The earth has an expiry date, as we have stated. The Bible tells us that the earth has an expiry date. And after that time now Christ come. Now we're in the final few years of that expiry date.
Very few.
Yes. Let us make use wisely of the now while time still lasts, people.
Right. Jay, you remember you seem young, but there was once upon a time, you see?
Don't gotta see me.
When we had this virus called Zika virus.
Yeah, man, I remember about Zika.
There was also chikungunya virus.
How much they make a mobile again? Chikungunya.
I think both, you know. But chikungunya was the one, the knee issues that people
and you know, before you go further in that, Becky, you see these researchers and these governments, I tell you, gotta go beat them with many stripes, you know. Them people are like a fear for your life, you know, if you don't have knowledge, you know.
Yeah, so true.
Because back then when they get chikungunya and they say, oh, you move, you can't move. You know, many people experience it. And then, you know, the killer would then give you now. Then say after 5 years, you're supposed to dead after 5 years. You know?
We remember that story.
You remember that story? Yeah, man,
yes,
it's supposed to last after 5 years. So me, you know, all the beliefs that me catch me a number my time, I'm say, boy, and next year, you know, and next year, 5 years I go up. So I would have told me, I go watch and say, me really go dead. Next year, yeah, man, them keep you living in fear. I tell you, oh boy, so then I've got, man.
But then, oh man, they didn't put anything.
Yeah.
They didn't put any time on those who received the C19 shots. They didn't put any there, you know.
Oh,
but
boy.
they put it for the chikungunya.
Chikungunya, yeah.
So you thinking about it now? You know, your death draw nearer though.
Yeah, man.
It affects some people.
That is the thing, you know. That is the thing. Mine.
Oh my.
Serious state.
But Jamaica has been experiencing we experienced and are still experiencing some kind of issues, viruses. You thought, we mentioned the Zika, we mentioned the chikungunya. There is dengue just around the corner. There are some mentions made of it this year, dengue. And I also see yellow fever. You know, the plants experience yellow thing, you know. Also humans. I saw a news item on that one recently. And yellow fever.
And just to add one, bird flu is back on the rise again.
Yeah, but should we be concerned about that? Because that affects birds only.
So you believe?
Yeah.
But then
it can't be bird flu if it affects me. It can't be.
Well, is that they have the one in our World War One? And the same bird flu they have, you know. When they call it what do you call it? Influenza. Influenza. Same bird flu.
I saw another one yesterday. I saw another one.
I have one too.
Is it in the Caribbean or in Jamaica?
I think see one too.
I decided not to pay it any mind because it kind of get to me. You know, kind of got to me. But we had that issue back then with the Zika virus, and we were told that it's a result of being injected. It's a result of injection from the Aedes
aegypti
mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Understand?
Right.
And they told us that, we need to do something about this. So they came up with an idea. The World Health Organization said it declares that Zika and chikungunya and others.
Yes.
There is a global health emergency, and they need to employ something, as a solution. And what they were employing is their mosquito solution, mosquito control solution, is the usage of genetically modified mosquitoes. I soon tell you how that will work.
Mm.
But concerning the Zika virus, you may find it strange. Zika and the chikungunya and others, it said the World Health Organization says this global health emergency is posing greater risk to infants, pregnant women, the elderly, and persons with pre-existing medical conditions. You remind you of anything? Why is it that these things always affect the elderly, pregnant women,
Very
young
young.
ones,
Very young.
and those with pre-existing conditions? Remember C19
Yeah,
affect
man.
those
Same
people.
thing. Same people. Same.
It always affect the same kind of people, right? And it causes, this one now used to cause all kind of birth defects, the Zika
Oh
and
yeah,
the
with the
chikungunya
head
birth
thing,
defects,
head defect there.
autoimmune diseases. Also, there's a strange one, Guillain-Barré syndrome, and all kind of problems. But their solution was the World Health Organization solution for every single country on the planet was the use of the genetically modified
Mosquitoes.
But you only find that the Cayman Islands was the first one that utilized this project. Cayman was the first. True.
So?
Cayman was the second. Mexico was the first. They targeted the Mexican people. Then it was Cayman Islands. By the way, Cayman Islands wasn't experiencing any incidents of Zika virus. They didn't have any, but they used the mosquitoes nonetheless. Remember, the solution is the Zika virus and the chikungunya is the modified mosquitoes. Cayman Islands didn't have that the problem. But they were they were the second nation on the planet to be used as a guinea pig with the genetically modified mosquitoes. Now, how does this work? The mosquito thing. These mosquitoes now, when placed in the country, they are going to mate with the mosquitoes that are causing the problem. They're going to mate with them, and then their children will be will have defects. These offspring will have defects. They're gonna mate with them, and the offspring, they inherit a gene that causes them to die before reaching adulthood. So they don't get the chance to reproduce.
So how that makes sense?
The children are gonna die. So you're gonna see a lot more mosquitoes, a whole lot more mosquitoes.
Only more,
but they are going to die.
Before they reach adulthood.
Before they can reproduce.
Are they going to bite me before they die?
I don't think only bite when you reach adulthood. But that elaborate plan that has in place. So it was been introduced to Jamaica in 2016. Jamaica being part of the pilot project, and I saw it popping back in 2017. And they said they're thinking about it, and it jumped up back in 2017. This was in this idea came up. I saw it in the news February 2016, and then the administration that took over February 2016, it came to the fore again in May 2016. So the previous administration, it was introduced to them, and it was introduced to the other administration in May 2016, and then it came up back in May 2017, and I see it here again in August 2025. Jamaica piloting use of sterile insect techniques to combat mosquito-borne diseases. Now, they are telling us that this is different from the genetically modified mosquitoes. I don't know what to believe, but they said this is different. It makes them, what this thing does, it makes the mosquitoes sterile so that they are not able to reproduce. So they do mate,
Right.
but no children will be produced. So the mosquitoes you see today, you will not see them tomorrow. Because after their life has ended, that will be it. No more mosquitoes.
That's what the GMO mosquitoes.
They're not saying it's the same GMO ones. They're saying it is different. They're saying it is different. Um, and there's no need to worry about this one. And you is the one responsible for taking care of all of these things. Don't fear, Gio. There's nothing to worry about. When these mosquitoes mate with the ones that were, all right, so they're gonna spray. They're gonna spray some areas. They're gonna use gamma, some radiation business, and they're gonna spray and they're gonna make some mosquitoes sterile. And whenever they mate with the other mosquitoes, no production will take place. So I am looking forward to, as soon as this thing is implemented, I am looking forward to the end of mosquitoes in Jamaica before December.
Before December.
Yeah, because maybe you're not understanding how the process works. You make the male mosquitoes sterile.
Right.
So that doesn't prevent them from mating, you know. But whenever they mate, no children now going to be produced because they are sterile. You understand now?
Still not making no sense. I mean, I'm trying to make it make sense, but it just not make any sense. You understand? It just not make any
I'm
sense.
looking at the life cycle of
a mosquito.
I should have looked at the lifespan of a mosquito because
Right.
I really want to get to the bottom of this. I want to show you that this thing may be possible. Right? So
this is not possible.
But this is crazy. This is crazy because I want to believe it says 45, 42 to the male is 10 days. Male is 10 days and the female 42 to 56 days. So 10 days after this thing is introduced into Jamaica, you should have no more mosquitoes. That's all I'm saying.
So when will it be introduced? When will it be introduced?
I don't know the news that they're thinking about it again. I don't know why they keep thinking
please.
about it. They just need to do it so that we can get rid of mosquitoes forever.
This is gonna do more harm than good that I'm seeing right now. I know we can create a mosquito and then it's gonna mate with another one, with the female ones and the infertile.
Yes.
So how to the millions of mosquito war that are already in Jamaica alone.
Where?
The millions of mosquito that cannot die are should I say are very hard to die. Because if you slap them one time or two times, they just get back up and they fly off. So you wonder if those are the modified ones that they make, or if these are the actual mosquitoes that are here. Because if you go and introduce no mosquitoes into the environment, you got add another couple of millions to the already much millions that are already in Jamaica.
True.
The house are gonna, you're only doubling up the work of what these previous ones are doing.
But they'll die soon after.
But within those 10 days of dying, man, if you eat.
So you can replace your mosquito, remove your mosquito nets. I don't know.
Why? All I'm saying.
The Ministry of Health would save a whole lot more on fogging and all that kind of measures that they put in place. By the way, they're saying those measures are not working. They're not working. That's why they're coming
with something new.
With these brilliant
it's
ideas.
Obvious that it's not working because of how much you use their fucking place and just obviously I come like a more mosquitoes like I feed them.
So they are deceiving us while they themselves are being deceived. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. But what I see happening, because since this our introduction of GMO mosquitoes in 2016, 2017, thereabout, we are seeing greater incidences of mosquito breeding all over the place. And you're getting some mosquito bites. You wonder which animal kick you.
Mm-hmm.
There's some serious kind of stuff, and that is not gonna stop happening. No, because we realize now that they are using mosquitoes also to inject humans with certain kind of things,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
C19 related kind of things, and any other thing that they wish to introduce into the body to destroy you. Right? So these things are not gonna stop. So whenever we see news items like these, we just need to stop here them mind, because they
Yeah.
are meant to deceive us.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Not only deceive, but to bring fear.
That is it.
Just like this climate thing is only meant to bring fear, and not only fear, but also we're just going ahead and jump back out. Compliance. Yes.
Yeah.
To bring fear and to bring compliance.
That's it. Yeah.
So there's another aspect to this climate thing, It's happening in
Mhm.
Jamaica, but I guess next week, but with a time next week, I've been working as well. Try to bring that up, educate us on more what's happening to people, because these are serious times.
Mhm.
This climate change narrative is pushed all across the world. It's been pushed now more than ever before.
Yeah.
Seeing that the inclement heat, the rain condition, so the heat and the rain, these are things that are unprecedented. You see some fruits now are growing at some time where you wouldn't expect them to grow. A mango tree, you see mango tree beer, a beer, and then it stop, and then it start beer right after it start blossom. Things like them, they're unprecedented in the making. So there's something happening, All of those will be used to push climate change and their agenda. I know the Guardian just say quickly, 2009, the Guardian came out with the article where they said slow Sunday is a simple solution to climate change.
Climate change.
Slow Sunday. So movement and restrict your movement, everything on Sunday. Why they never say Sabbath is a solution to climate change? Why have to be slow Sunday? Sunday is a solution that put in place
You
for
mean
climate
Saturday?
change.
When you say
Yeah, man,
Sabbath,
Saturday.
it is
When it's a Sabbath, whenever say Saturday is a solution to climate change. Why not slow Monday? Why have to be slow? Why have to be Sunday? Slow Sunday, they say, is a solution for climate change. And many other news articles as well, have this. I have the information here, but next time.
So it
I
helps
brought
you
it
to
up already.
understand who is behind it all.
Yes.
You know.
That is the whole
Yeah.
agenda. Where that's the whole, not agenda. The whole topic of discussion here. That Rome, the system of Rome, is who is behind this. Because they created it. They created this narrative of climate change, and they are pushing it to bring about the Sunday law. So it is being used as well as AI, because AI now are being made. These things of artificial intelligence are being made to be what I call it now. They are made to be climate ready. Is that the word? They're made in a way where they won't be disturbing the climate in terms of the carbon. That is what they
according to
mean.
them.
Manufactured,
Them,
right?
yeah.
Content. That's what they mean. They're being manufactured right now, where they will be in compliance with climate rules that are set in place.
Yeah.
Yes, and yes.
Oh,
And the last word, Becky, before we close.
Yeah. It's what we began with. You know, we are experiencing the wicked bearing rule, according to Proverbs 29 verse 2.
Yes.
And you find people being grieved, people are mourning. These many promises, they are not producing any kind of situation where persons are rejoicing or persons are being happy. People are becoming more sad, people are becoming more agitated and being in states of, fear and worry. And we don't see any kind of future that says, boy, 2 years from now we'll be happy. You know?
Well,
what they purport, what they are suggesting, listen, for you to be happy, then
everything
you
will be
need to give up everything that you have.
Everything will be stripped from
And that cannot be after working so hard, to get a little house and piece of land and a family and car. You're telling me that, listen, all of that, I'll be dispossessed of all of that.
Yes.
And that will equate to my being happy.
I want to look at it in a Becky. Because let's look at it on a spiritual look now, people. It is not far-fetched,
Yeah.
Because we would say that it is something similar that God is asking for. We're not stripped or we need to enter into eternity and heaven. We need to get rid of everything earthly, anything that is tying us down to this earth.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to give up everything so we can be happy. And that's how we need to strip ourselves of self.
Yeah.
We need to be
Yeah.
selfless. Anything that we, our cars or house, anything. The Bible says you cannot love father, mother, brother, sister, wife, and husband, and be my disciple. You
Mhm.
understand? You cannot love them more than him, that is, and be his disciple. So you have to leave everything behind
Yeah.
and follow him. He says, take up your cross and follow me. Let him deny himself first, take up his cross and follow me. So
Yeah.
to follow Christ all the way, people, it's gonna reach a point you have to neglect all of these baggages that are weighing us down. But in that aspect, you will truly be happy. Eyes have not heard, eyes have not seen, sorry, ears have not heard, neither have it entered the thoughts of men what the Father has in store for them that love him. And Romans 8:18 says, the sufferings of this present time are worthy to be compared to the glory that shall be revealed in us.
Mhm.
With the World Economic Forum and there pushed agenda for 2030. I'm not seeing any promises from them where you'll be happy, no Becky. It's just I think like everything you'll be happy. Where are the promises to show that you'll be happy? I'm not seeing it. You know,
Well,
promises.
they have scripture that they quote,
Mhm.
that pushes that or promotes that kind of
Happiness.
happiness.
Yes.
The season of creation
Mhm.
that begins September 1. The
Yes.
Catholic Church uses Isaiah chapter 32, verse 14 to 18
Mhm.
as a
That's their,
sets the
that's
foundation
their,
for it.
that's their bucket here.
Now listen to it.
Mhm.
Listen to it. You're gonna hear disasters, and then you're gonna hear peace and joy and happiness. It says, because the palaces shall be forsaken,
Mhm.
the multitude of the city shall be left, the forts and towers shall be dense forever. A joy of wild asses, a pass of a flock. So that suggests destruction,
Mhm. All right.
death and destruction and desolation.
Mhm.
Verse 15, until the Spirit be poured upon us from on high, and the wilderness be a fruitful field, and the fruitful field be counted for a forest. Then judgment shall dwell in the wilderness, and righteousness remain in the fruitful field. And the work of righteousness shall be peace, and the effect of righteousness, quietness and assurance ever. And my people shall dwell in a peaceable habitation, and in sure dwellings, and in quiet resting places. This is the verse that they are using
Wow.
to say that don't watch all of the turmoil that we are creating
Mhm.
right now.
Mhm.
Watch the end goal,
Yes.
right? So this climate change that you're seeing now, yeah, don't
Peace.
watch that. It will be peace and joy forever. This is the verse that they are going into September 1 with for creation, for season of creation.
Wow. But peace for who?
Hmm?
Peace for who? The Bible says when there's peace and
It's
safety,
peace for
people.
everybody.
When there's peace and safety, the Bible says there's sudden destruction. So for September 1 going down, we're not looking for peace.
So
We're
there's
looking for
always a
destruction.
verse to suit everybody.
Yes.
This is what they're
Yes.
using.
When you turn it the wrong way,
Mhm.
it can't with you.
So they don't watch the chaos you see happening now. There will be peace and joy and happiness.
Yes.
Don't watch what you see happening now. Just give up of your freedom and give up of everything,
Mm.
and then you'll be happy.
Wow.
You'll be happy.
They'll be happy.
But yeah. But Second Timothy 3,
Mm.
the Spirit gave us a nice passage of scripture to
Yes. Yes.
take us
Yes.
through, and we need to apply these verses, and I think we'll be fine. So, um, verse 12: the godly in Christ shall suffer persecution.
Mm.
Don't expect the way forward to be one of ease and peace and joy and happiness. Um, that will not happen. And if you find yourself in such a situation, it means that you're among a set of people
Yes.
that verse 5 says you should turn away from. Those
Yes.
are those who have a form of godliness and are denying the power thereof.
Yes. And we don't want you to believe.
So
Oh,
stand
sorry.
with Christ. Yes,
Yes.
man. Go
We
ahead.
don't want you to believe in the people. That when you see that as already here, verse 12, 1 Timothy 3:12, that those who live God in Christ shall suffer persecution. To think that you don't want to suffer, so you're gonna stay on the side of the wicked.
Yeah.
I want you to know that the case of the wicked, the Bible has it in so many different means. All throughout, the case of the wicked is gonna be way worse
Yes.
than
yes.
any persecution you'd face by
Mhm.
men in this walk. You understand? So it is safer to stand for Christ and suffer a little persecution than to stand for Satan and suffer eternal damnation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? We're on the verge of a stupendous crisis. All the happenings are happening right before us. And let us strive to be ready and to stay ready. You know,
Amen.
farm up. The Bible says, flee into the countries while you can.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare, store up foods while you can as well, for a very stupendous crisis is about to break upon us.
Yeah.
And seeing that the election is coming up, we're not looking for anything good from here and after. You
True,
understand?
True.
Not anything good we're looking for. So what about prosperity and time come? You don't want to see the prosperity that is in store for you people. Let us stick with Jesus.
Yes.
But that's the
yes.
only safe way. Amen. All right, Becky, give us a word of prayer as we close, please.
Let us pray. Thank you, Lord, for making us able subjects through which you could share your word with everyone listening and those who will be making use of this media to be informed. Thank you, Lord, for using us. Thanks you, Lord, for instructing us, because we learned a lot from this morning's proceedings. May you continue to bless us and to bless all of those who are looking forward to your second return. Help us, Lord, not to be weary, but to be consistent in feasting on your word, allowing your Holy Spirit to transform us so that we may be fit for service and to be prepared and ready for your second return. Help us through this day to live for you in thought, word, and action. And may you come through for us in a marvelous way as we look to you in Jesus' name.
Time has indeed come, people. So until next week, same time, same